Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions, and I want to ask you guys a question. How many of you guys are at a point where your technical analysis, where your overall understanding of like what a good deal is just on point, right? A lot of you guys, after talking to the Learn, Play, and Profit group and the people that are part of TechBud Solutions, and after we implemented kind of like the December like stock market growth challenge, everyone was talking about that, like, you know, the pattern identification that they had and how it is that they saw value and being able to take advantage of only like quality trades. That was all there. How many of you guys are struggling when it comes down to risk management? And what do I mean by that? So when you're doing well, right, and you're focusing on quality trades, let's say the first 2 weeks, you hit 5% the first week, 5% the second week. You're just absolutely killing it. Again, you might be at 2 or 3% each week, it doesn't matter. But because, or maybe if your risk management is not there, how many of you guys within like one simple trade give it all back? You know, you worked so hard for 2 weeks, you grew your account 5 to 10% within that 2 week period, and then just one trade does not go according to your plan, and guess what? You suck at cutting losses and you're down now 6, 10, 15%. And this psychological like self-evaluation process begins, and you're just like, I worked for 2 weeks to grow my account 10%, and I just gave it back in one trade. And this roller coaster of emotions where you're just like, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I can't grow my account. Maybe just trading isn't like what I should do. But why? Because of risk management. And I want to start and kickstart 2019 on a green note. So all this video is going to be about is, I think we all understand, if you guys know how to grow anything, right? Especially when it comes down to investing, you want to make sure that you can manage the amount of money that you give back. The only way that you can consistently grow your account is in a market that loss is inevitable, to control how much money you give back, how much money you lose. So my challenge for everybody watching this video, if you choose to accept it, again, I have a certain way that I invest in the stock market. If that doesn't resonate well with you, all power to you. What I think can be like just universal for everybody is the way that we manage risk. My challenge for each and every single one of you, because I know it was one of my biggest struggles, is to set up a plan every single time that you're about to trade, that you have a percentage or a dollar amount in mind that you are okay with giving back. So like, to put into perspective, let's say your trading account is at $5,000, but you are okay with only risking $100 every single time that you trade. So 2% loss, 2% stop loss, $100 with a $5,000 trading account. Every time that you take a position, you write down your entry point, you write down your sell point, you write down your stop loss. But one of the biggest factors that people struggle with is actually following through and cutting losses. You guys know what a stop loss is? For those that don't know, feel free to YouTube it. Do you guys know what an OCO bracket is? If you don't, again, feel free to YouTube it. It is so important to understand that if you really are trying to make 2019 not your best year ever, like, okay, like if you want it to be your best year ever, great, you do you, but to actually be real with yourself and to understand your biggest areas of opportunity within trading or investing. And a lot of people, I'm sure, can agree that risk management and cutting losses are one of those factors. You guys are just absolutely killing it in the technical analysis standpoint, taking advantage of good deals and opportunities and locking in profits consistently. Great. I think we did a great job with that. We've had a huge focus in 2018 just for that. 2019, if it's truly your year, what structure are you going to implement to make it a year worth working for? And again, all this video is about is to remind you that every single time that you take a position, that you already understand the risk that you are taking. So 2 things. If it's okay for me to ask for you to do, to grab a piece of paper or a little sticky note, and wherever it is that you trade, your trading station, your laptop, wherever it is, slap a piece of paper on that and write down not just the percentage that you're willing to, take a loss in. So that might be 1%, 2%, 3%. Again, we're all wired in different ways. We all manage risk in different ways. Write that number down. And on top of that, based on your average position size, what dollar amount does that correlate on over to? Because a percentage is one thing. But what really drives the emotional aspect of trading is a dollar value. So again, be sure to write down that dollar value. So every single time that you plan out your trade or that you're about to take a position, you see that number and that you reassure yourself. So right before you're about to take that position, that the margin of profit of the trade that you're about to make outweighs that percentage loss, because it doesn't matter. Again, you have to understand that losses are inevitable and you need to become a true professional in managing that risk. Again, it's still something that I struggle with from time to time, so it's going to take time. But as long as you understand that big picture, it's going to be worth it to refine this best practice. Then I challenge you to manage your risk for even just 1 week. Just test it out 1, 2 weeks, or even just 1 month, and see if you see a change in not just your trading and not just your account growth, but the confidence that you have when it comes down to trading. Again, the only way that you can grow your account is if you can control how much money you give back. So if you write down and you set up the proper procedures and structures to make sure that, again, you don't end up like bag holding anything, holding something overnight that, again, was never supposed to be held overnight, and actually begin to manage that risk, I truly do believe that it's going to become much easier for you to actually consistently grow your account. Because again, one of the worst feelings is when you work for 2 to 3 weeks to grow your account, you're absolutely killing it, your confidence is at its peak, and then it's just one bad trade that can, give it all back. You hold it for a night, it opens 25% down, right? How many of you guys have been there? How many of you guys don't want to be there moving forward? So what is it? What actions are you going to take to no longer be there? That's the point of this challenge. If you want to accept it, great. If you have any suggestions for anyone that is going to start this challenge that helped you, feel free to share it in the comments section. Again, it's all about networking and sharing both your best practices and your mistakes in an effort to benefit others. Thank you guys again so much for your time. Again, my name's Ricky. I run the largest YouTube channel, the largest private Facebook group for those who invest in the stock market. If you want to join our free Facebook group with over 180,000 members that are part of TechBud Solutions, be sure to click that first link in the description. If you would like to work with me on a closer basis and you like my investing style, I do trade live every single day with the Learn Plan Profit group. That's that second link in the description, and I would love the opportunity to be a catalyst for your success. Hope that it earned your thumbs up. Hope that you guys subscribed. Most importantly, let's make sure that we end 2019 on a green note. Take it easy, team.